Happy Wednesday, Master Builders. Mr. John here for another exciting week of Bricks for Kids class. I am really excited to do the build we're going to do this week. We are making Lego superheroes. Specifically, we will be making Lego Captain America. But after the video is over, I will be sending some other additional superheroes that you can make at home and all the instructions and pieces that you need to do them. But before we get started with the build today, I want to go over some interesting facts about superheroes that I think you would enjoy. The first fact is a lot of people probably are wondering who was the first superhero to ever exist. And this is something that a lot of people argue about, but off all the research I've done, the first superhero to ever exist was called the Phantom. And the Phantom first made an appearance in the 1800s in newspapers all around the world. So the Phantom was the very first superhero on record. But most people are probably more familiar with Superman, and Superman was probably the most famous, well-known superhero that ever exists. He was the first one that was international, that everyone knew, and he was in comic books, and newspapers, television shows, and movies. And he was actually the first superhero to make it on the big screen in 1938, when George Reeves played Superman in a movie. And speaking of movies, a lot of people are probably wondering, what was the most famous, biggest, most awesome superhero movie of all time? And we don't have to go back very far because the highest grossing superhero movie of all time was Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame made $2.7 billion at the box office, making it the most successful superhero movie of all time. Now, these superhero movies today are really awesome. We've been able to bring all these characters to life that normally you would only be able to read about or look at in comics. But in the movies, they have all this technology and engineers and scientists and creativity that they use to bring all these superheroes to life. And one of the tools that they use is called a green screen. So when you see all these superhero movies, you're probably wondering, how are they making Iron Man fly? Or how are they making Captain America's shield do that? Well, they do that with the use of a lot of technology, but mainly a green screen. So in a green screen, what happens is all of our superheroes will film their scenes behind a green screen. And when they're finished with their scenes in the green screen, the editors will take that footage and then they will input different graphics and backgrounds and special effects onto the green screen. And that's how you see the movie in the theater, with all the special effects inserted on the green screen. It's really cool, and later this week I'm actually going to do a green screen challenge for you, and it's going to be super fun. But now that we're done with the facts, let's get on to the build for the day. Today we are going to build my second favorite superhero. We are going to build Captain America. Now, a couple of days, like I said, I sent you the pieces that you would need in order to build this Captain America today. But if you don't have those pieces or if you don't have those colors, it's okay, because at the end of building Captain America, I'm gonna go over some other superheroes you can build with different colors and even some methods of how you can build your own superhero using any pieces or colors that you have. All right, we are gonna get started building our Captain America. Now, before I build, I like to separate all of my pieces out just like this. I sort them by color and by size. That way it makes it a little bit easier for me to find my pieces and I can get them quicker. Now, for the first step, we are going to need a Lego base plate, which is right here. Now, you actually don't have to have a Lego base plate in order to build Captain America, but it will make the process a little bit easier because it makes it sturdier while you're building. So I'm gonna use a base plate for this build. So we have our base plate, and for the first step, we are going to take two 2x3 Lego bricks, just like this, red ones, and we're gonna put them on our base plate. Now, you can put them anywhere you'd like. The only thing that matters is that they are even with each other and that you've left 2 rows of notches in between. So that's Captain America's feet. And you're done with step 1. Now for step number 2, we're going to need 4 2x2 red bricks, just like this, and we're gonna stack them on top of each other. And we're gonna make 2 little towers. And they're gonna look just like this. Now we are building Captain America's legs, and we are gonna stack them right on top of his feet. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. Next, we're going to take 2 2x2 blue bricks, and we're gonna put them right on top, just like this. So we are finished with Captain America's legs and with step number 2. Now for step number 3, we are going to take one 2x4 blue brick and one 2x4 white brick. And first we're going to put the 2x4 white brick right on top of his legs like this. We're starting to make Captain America's belt. Then we are going to take a 2x4 blue brick and we're going to put it on top, just like that. And that's step number 3. Now, on to step number 4, we're going to take one white 1x6 brick, one 2x4 white brick, and one 2x2 blue brick. Now, I like to start this step. I like to take my 2x2 blue brick and we're going to put it right in the center of our waist and belt. Then we are going to take our 2x4 white brick and we're going to stick it on the end right here, even with the back, to look just like this. And we are making Captain America's arm. Then we're going to take our 1x6 white brick and we're going to stick it on the other side, and we're starting to build his other arm as well. So you're going to look like this after step number 4. All right, step number 5, we are going to take one 2x4 blue brick and one 2x2 blue brick, and we are going to stick them on just like so. So we're going to take the 2x4 brick and we're going to place it even right in the middle, nice and soft, just like that. And we're going to take the 2x2 blue brick and we're going to stick it with 2 of the notches hanging off the side like that. So that's what it should look like when you're done. And that is step number 5. Next, we're on to step number 6. We're going to take one 2x4 blue brick and we're going to take one 2x2 blue brick and we're going to attach them like so. We're going to take our 2x4 brick and we're going to put it on the end just like this, with 2 notches on this side and 2 notches on this side left. And then we're going to take our 2x4 blue brick and we're going to attach it just like so. And we're starting to build Captain America's shoulders. And that's what it should look like. Now on to step number 7. We're going to be very easy. We're making Captain America's neck. We have a 2x2 blue brick and we're going to stick it right in the center like so. And that is Captain America's neck. All right, now on to the exciting part. We are going to make Captain America's face and part of his helmet. So we are going to need 2 2x2 tan bricks and 2 1x2 blue bricks. And we're going to attach them like so. So let's start with this on top of each other just like that. And then we're going to do his face just like this. And we're going to start with his face. So we're going to put the face on one end of this 2x2 blue brick like that. And then we're going to take the back of his helmet and we are going to attach it like so. So it should look just like that. And that is step number 8. And we have made Captain America's face and the back of his helmet. Now for the top of Captain America's helmet, we're going to need one 2x2 blue brick and we're going to stick it right on top just like so. And now you have made Captain America's face and his helmet. All right, so now we're going to get into the part where it's going to get a little trickier because we're going to start building on the bottom of Captain America. So it's very important to be pressing nice and soft when you're trying to make the bricks click together, and not press too hard or else Captain America will fall apart. So you want to be nice and delicate with your model. So for step number 10, we're going to take one 2x2 blue brick and we're going to stick it right under the shoulder right here. Nice and soft, just like so. And then we're going to build the other part of Captain America's arm. So we're going to take one 1x6 white brick and we are going to stick it right next to the other one like this. Nice and even. And that is step number 11. Now we are on step number 12. We're going to start building a shield. This is a real exciting part of the build. So we're going to start with the shield. We're going to take one 2x4 blue brick and we're going to stick it underneath his arm. Now, like I said, you have to be very delicate here. Okay, so take your time, nice and soft, just like so. Okay, now we're gonna start building the sides. So we need 2 1x2 bricks and 1 2x4 brick. So we're gonna take the 1x2 bricks and we're gonna put them on each side of this blue brick that we just put on. But you have to be nice and soft with this, okay? Nice and delicate. And it should look just like so. All right. Then we're gonna take our 2x4 blue brick and we're gonna put it right on top, just like this. We build the inner part of Captain America's shield. Now for step number 14, we are going to need a couple bricks here. We're going to need a 2x4 red brick and a 2x2 red brick. And we're gonna attach them like so. We're gonna first take our 2x4 red brick and we're gonna stick it right underneath. But we want 2 notches hanging off the side. And then we're going to take our 2x2 red brick and we are gonna attach it on the other side, just like this. So that's how it should look when you're done. Then for step number 15, we are going to take 6 of our 1x2 red bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna stack them on top of each other like this. 1 row of 3. And then 1 row of 3. So you have 2 stacks of 3. And then we're gonna put 1 on each side of our shield, just like this. You're gonna press down nice and soft, like I said. I recommend having some fingers at the bottom and then pressing down on the top with your thumb. And it should look nice and snug like that. All right, we're almost done. We are on the last step. We will need a 2x4 red brick and a 2x2 red brick. And we're gonna put them right on top, just like this. And we have finished our Captain America. And like I said, you didn't even need a base plate to do this because if you go nice and soft here, you might be able to take them off. Yeah, see, just like this. So now he doesn't need the base plate. So that is Captain America. Good job, guys. All right, Master Builders, I hope you had fun building your Lego Captain America today for those of you that did it. And if you didn't do it today because you maybe didn't find the pieces or Captain America isn't your favorite superhero, that's okay because I have a couple different options for you as well. When this video is over, I'm going to upload instructions on how you can build a few other superheroes. And they won't just be 3D versions of them. We also have some mosaics and other superheroes you can build. One of them is going to be the Incredible Hulk. And then we have Iron Man. And we have Spider-Man. And like I said, we don't just have the 3D versions as well. I know in a lot of our classes, a lot of people love to build the Lego mosaic. So I'm also going to include some instructions of some Lego mosaics that you can make. Some of them including Captain America, Iron Man, and my favorite, absolute favorite superhero is Batman. Now, a lot of people might say, Mr. John, why is Batman your favorite superhero? He is my favorite superhero because he actually doesn't have any superpowers. He is just super rich and super smart. And that's where he gets all of his powers from. So technically, any of us can be Batman. That's why he is my favorite superhero. Now, a lot of you might be saying, well, Mr. John, I don't have all of these pieces or all of these colors in order to make the superheroes that you have. And that's okay, because the great thing about Lego bricks are that you get to be creative with them and you can make any superhero that you want. It doesn't even have to be a real superhero. You can make up your own superhero. You can make yourself a superhero and make yourself out of Legos. Like I said, my favorite superhero is Batman. However, I can make a bunch of different versions of Batman. So this is one version of Batman, and I showed you a different version of Batman in the 3D version. But if you have very, very few Lego bricks and you want to make a Batman, well, you can make up your own Batman. You can do something simple just like this, okay? This was used just with a few Lego bricks that I found in a basic Lego classic kit, something like this. And parents, you can get something like this at your local Walmart or a Target or anywhere like that. So there weren't a lot of pieces used to make this Lego Batman, but this Batman is pretty awesome, I think. But let's say you do have a lot of Lego bricks and you want to use your imagination and your creativity to make something really big. You can make something like this. So this is a Batman that I made using pieces from one of my free play bins, the same kind of free play bins that you play with in our classes. And what's really cool about this Batman is this Batman actually has the bat cape in the back, which I think is a really cool part of this Batman. Now, it's really important to remember that I understand that not many of you might have a ton of Lego bricks at home, and some of you might have a lot of Lego bricks at home, and I want to make sure that everyone knows that you can still be included in class no matter how many Lego bricks you have, no matter how many colors you have, even if you only have a small handful of Legos. You can still make what we're going to be making in these classes, and you can definitely make a superhero. So I figured maybe some people want to make up their own superhero, so I made Super Mr. John Man. And Super Mr. John Man was used with only yellow and green and tan and a little bit of brown Lego bricks. So there weren't a lot of Lego bricks to make Super Mr. John Man. But I thought one of the cool parts about Super Mr. John Man is that he has a cool cape that kind of flows in the wind. And like I said, I only use a couple colors. I used my favorite color, green, and then I used yellow for the cape and my gloves, and then I used tan for my skin, and brown for my hair because I have brown hair. So it's very simple. So if you didn't want to make any of these superheroes that we went over today, I encourage you to make your own superhero and post it to the Facebook group so all of our friends can see what you made and what your superpower is. My superpower is that I'm super duper duper really, really good at making Lego superheroes. So you can have any superhero that you want. Please post it in the Facebook group so we can see it. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your creative superheroes and the powers that you have. Now this is the part of the video where I like to share with you all what I've been building here at my house for the past week. I've been wanting to have a countdown for when we get to go back to school and have our Bricks for Kids classes and build with each other. So I wanted to build a Lego calendar. So that's exactly what I did. And what's really cool about this calendar is I can change the dates and the days. So right now we're showing May 2020, which is when we will be back in school building with each other, but I can change it to 2021, or I can change the month. And what's really cool is this is kind of like a dice. It has a bunch of different numbers on each side. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is since we were doing Lego superheroes, I made a really, really big mural of my favorite superhero. And my favorite superhero isn't Batman, it's Lego Batman. And if you think I'm kidding about Lego Batman being my favorite superhero, I actually have my Lego Batman shirt on today. But the thing that I am the most excited to share with you is something I got on the internet a couple of weeks ago, and it blew my mind when I saw it. So, last video, I told you how Lego minifigures are probably my favorite thing about Legos. So this is an example of a Lego minifigure. This is one of my favorite. This is my Vacation Batman. But I found someone that can blow up minifigures and make them really, really, really big. And he lives in Australia. So the other day, I finally got it in the mail, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Is my gigantic Bricks for Kids minifigure. Look how big this thing is. It is so much bigger than a regular minifigure, and I can't wait to share it with all you when we see you in class next.